Yo, everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Okamiden. In the last episode, we scaled the mighty Thundercloud, a new region in the sky. And in this episode, we now have the final brush technique, which I can show right here, is the mighty lightning. With it, we can open these chests now, which are located all throughout the Thundercloud. Right here, we get a Thunder Dress, which is an antique that we can get. You want to go ahead and grab that while you still can. And there's quite a few things that you can grab throughout here. So I think I'm going to go around the Thundercloud and show you exactly what we can pick up now. Now, this isn't really something that you can get, but something that I would like to point out that does annoy me a little bit is that things that look like they should be sources of... Bad example. What I was going to say is that there's quite a few things throughout this world that look like they should be sources of lightning but aren't. Unfortunately, that house was kind of a terrible example. Right there, we have an Eastern Masterpiece Part 3. We want to go ahead and grab that because, of course, the masterpieces are the most important collectible of all. In this really cool-looking cave, we have, sadly, an extremely pointless collectible, which is... you have to be near it to collect it? Wow, I never knew that. Exorcism Tea! So, I guess if you want to attack enemies with lightning without actually using your power because it's just not available to you at that point, you can do that. And that looks to be about it. Now, I guess a little bit of a tip is that it doesn't necessarily need to be lightning bolts. Typically, if you can see clouds, you can draw lightning from those as well, just so you know. But, unfortunately, I think the time has come for us to say goodbye to this awesome music. Now, before we take off, kind of apologize if I'm just kind of standing here for a moment, but there's actually something about Thundercloud that's kind of interesting. There's unused text relating to Thundercloud that has been found in the game's code that I also got translated by Tomato, who is a professional translator. It hints towards being able to play the flying minigame with Kurow to get here multiple times, as they would say different things on future visits. However, you only play that flying minigame once, unless I'm mistaken. You can read the text for that in the description, but for the time being, let's talk to you. You cats definitely have the love for music, so what you up to now? Ready to get off this cloud? Oh, I send you back in style? Yeah, I'll get off of your cloud! Thanks for jamming. And keep the love, yo. Our pleasure, it was a blast. I should also mention that the unused text does mention the minigame that you play being a bit different, but aside from that... here we go now! Wipe out. But the drummer managed to send us here in one piece, amazingly enough. A bit off target, though. Come on, boy. We gotta beat King Fury and get Gen and Kagu. Get back Gen and Kagu. And don't forget the promise I made to that hot scholar lady. Aww. Good. You got my back. Let's do this, partner. I love the relationship that Kurow and Chibi have. You know, how they don't like each other at first, but they grow to be really good friends. I don't know, I always like that whenever they do that in stories. I mean, it kind of is like the generic character development that every story has, but I don't know, I like it. Hey there, beautiful, what are you doing here? Kurow. I thought I said to leave the rescuing to me. I know, but I couldn't sit around and not do anything. But it's dangerous out here by yourself. Dangerous? Danger does not concern me. People's lives are at stake, and they need help. Yeah, baby, that's what I always say. Danger's not a concern when you got peeps that need saving. You got a beautiful heart to match your beautiful face, miss. Oh, go on. Just wait outside the ruins for me. And I'll bring Gen out just like I promised. But no buts, okay? However, I do have a favor to ask. Once I've rescued Gen and put down King Fury, I was wondering if you'd go on a date with me? A what? It sounds uncool, but honestly, I've never been on a date before. Okay. So it's gotta be with you. My first date has to be with you. I don't know what to say. We can go as far as friends, okay? Truth is, the little dude here is the closest thing I have to a friend. Aww. So why don't we agree to be friends first? Okay, I guess. Then I'm in. I'm going on a date with you. Be sure you bring back Gen safe and sound first. You got it, babe. I'm all over it. Not gonna let anything put the kibosh on our date. I would say this is so wrong, but you know in ancient Japan, they probably didn't care if a young little boy was dating some adult scholar or something like that. In fact, the parents of the boy would probably be like, all right, you landed a smart scholar. I don't know. Okay. This thing we got on the Thundercloud. I guess it can, like, deflect lightning. So, we are now free to walk through any lightning at all, and we will not get hurt. Now, I will say this. Before we press on, after that slightly touching, slightly weird cutscene, they are absolute jerks with the design of the missable collectibles here. Now, as you can see, we can pass through anything that has lightning in it. You might be thinking that we can actually just, you know, go on through and not have to worry about a thing. No. They have actually placed collectibles along these little narrow paths, and if you're not paying attention to your map, you might not even notice that they're here. So, you want to use your lightning right here, and you want to grab this first collectible, which is an Eastern Masterpiece Part 3, okay? I've seen some walkthroughs actually not note this as being in here, so might be a good idea just to make sure that you have it. As I was like, multiple. But before we go on any further, we're going to be heading down to the second floor, but I would like to actually read 2 scrolls that we have picked up along the way that I have not read. Now, I don't read every scroll because not all of them are important. A lot of it's tutorial stuff that I find kind of pointless to read. But there's 2 that are going to be relevant here in just a moment that I would like to mention. First off is Sugawara, somebody that we have heard a lot about, and he is going to be relevant coming up here pretty soon, because as we know, he is King Fury. Mr. Sugawara was a scholar in Seion City. He was also a powerful politician. He kicked the bucket not too long ago, I hear. There are lots of rumors surrounding his death, and civilians are too scared to talk. People who do talk about it have severe bad luck. That might have something to do with the recent events. And the Moon Tribe. If you said people lived on the moon, I'd have said you were crazier than a sick horse. But some guy who fought with us was really from there. I fell over backwards when I heard that. He seemed like your average guy. Not special, but he was a bit full of himself, and rude. There could be other lunar loonies hanging about. Just living normal lives down here. Who knows? Those 2 scrolls are actually kind of important, as they are about Sugawara and the Moon Tribe, 2 very relevant subjects to what we're doing right now. But there is one collectible that you need to grab now. It is right here. Just screw you. The reason why you need to grab this now is because you need the Thunder Drum to reach it. And not to spoil things, but you absolutely need to grab this while you still can. That is journal number 4. This is the log of our excavation project. The ruins appeared 300 years ago. Structures made from unknown materials. There are strange markings inside. Some of them are like Sugawara's crest. So Sugawara has a connection to this area. Oh, freaking. So that 4th journal was actually key details that is explaining a bit more about Sugawara. So we actually know now what they're talking about. Make sure you do grab this though, because the Thunder Drum is not going to protect you from these for much longer. You absolutely must grab that if you want 100% before going to the end of this floor. Because once you step through this, well, not this portal, but once you step through here, you will no longer be able to grab it. The other journals, you're fine, but just that one journal, you will not be able to get again if you advance beyond this point, and like I said, unless you're looking at your minimap often, you might not see it, because once you get into this cutscene, you will no longer be able to grab it. Sweet, we finally made it back. Okay, boy, shake that tail. Huh? I always thought this looked kind of funny. What happening? Bad typo there. Ugh. I guess that current was too much for the drum. But we did stop the electricity. Not too shabby. But now we'll be fried to a crisp by any electric current, so watch out. Of course it can't last. Just when you thought that you were good, you aren't. We are back to being hurt by electricity. Now, we can finally get these other 2 chests, and you can also go and get any other collectibles that you might have missed the first time you were here. Right here, we have journal 6 out of 8. Some markings are the same as Waka's. I suppose the Dao Troopers and Waka were in Seon City, so I guess that does explain how the scientists actually know about that. Over here, we have a Tiger Fig. You want to grab that because that is a missable collectible. There is always that red relic that you might want to grab. There is another red relic that you can get in here, but I already showed you how to get the one on the first visit, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But we want to head down these stairs. Now what do these big propellers like that doing here? I kind of want to give them a big spin, you know what I mean? Alright, let's do just that. But, now that we've done that, how about you say... How about I say, rather? How about you say it? You say, I say, what ho? What do you say? We advance further into the Moontribe Ruins in the next episode. Next time on Okamiden. We'll be pressing onward into the depths of the Moontribe Ruins. See you guys then.